everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to HK Talks. I'm Haley, and today I'm going to be talking about the season 2 finale of The Way Home. So I'm going to talk about the most wild thing, and that was Colton. So the little boy was not Jacob, it was Colton. Now I knew that that woman was not the same woman as Rebecca. If you watched my last video, I talked about how I was like, is this the same woman? Because it did not look like the same woman to me. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's a gaffe, like maybe they swapped actresses, but no. So the woman in the beginning was not Rebecca Landry. Now, I wonder if the woman who is talking to Colton as a little boy may be Susanna. I don't know. If it is Susanna, he called her grandma. So wouldn't that mean that the Landrys and the Augustines are related? But so that blew my mind. The whole part with the reveal that it was Colton and not Jacob. There was a point where I kind of did think, I was like, is the little boy actually not Jacob? But then I kind of threw out the idea because I was like, well, who else would the little boy be? And I couldn't think of anybody else who the little boy could be but Jacob. But it wasn't, it was Colton. And that has so many questions. And I'm so excited about season 3. So, what timeline is Colton actually from? What time period is he actually from? Obviously, he got lost in the pond, and it looked like he was in the 1800s as a little boy. And so what time period is Colton from? That's one question. They did the reveal. They showed us that it was Colton. We saw his silhouette in the first episode of season 2, and they showed it was Colton. Colton was watching Elliot and Alice. So I think that Colton knew that Alice was related to him, had a feeling that was his granddaughter in the first season, because Colton is a time traveler. So he probably realized, since Alice would randomly pop out of the blue, that was his granddaughter and she was coming from the pond. And so he also taught her the family song in season 1. And I think he knew that when adult Elliot showed up in the past, I think he knew that was Elliot. So who saves Colton? Somebody saves Colton from the car crash. Is it Alice who saves him from the car accident? And another thing is, I think that a Landry can go forward in time. I don't think that somebody who's like a time traveling companion, a non-Landry, they can't go forward. They only can go backward. But I think that a Landry can go forward in time because Colton went forward at some point. Like, we don't even know what time period he is really from now. So I think that a Landry can go forward. Just a time traveling companion, they can only go backwards to the present. Casey Goodwin had the wedding ring necklace, the wedding ring that was Kat's that she gave to Alice, and Alice noticed it and she saw it, she recognized it, and she asked her mom for a picture. So, and in the one scene, Casey was like, I just came here to say hi, just to say hey to you. And she didn't know that her father was buying the land. She had like this shocked look on her face, and she was like, oh yeah, right, yeah, he's buying the land. And then she did something to change that. So she time traveled and changed it. Now the question is, if Alice is married to a Goodwin, since Casey's last name is Goodwin, and Casey is Alice's daughter, because okay, she had the wedding ring necklace. You wouldn't have that unless it was passed down from a family member. And Casey has dark hair. So Alice would be her mother, Catherine would be her grandmother, Dell would be her great grandmother, and Jacob would be Casey's great uncle. And that would make sense why in the one episode, Casey's eyes perked up. She perked up when she heard Kat talking about Jacob, because she would have known who her great uncle was, and she would have known about the time travel because her family, her mother, Alice, would have told her about it. Why would Alice's husband be buying the Landry land? That is a question. Another question is too, if it's Noah, if Noah is Alice's husband, which I believe he is, and if he's Casey's father, which I believe he is, why, like, how is it that, like, there's two Noahs and, like, in the same timeline? You know what I mean? So they have a lot of questions that they need to answer. And in the scene, in the cafe scene, Noah showed up first and talked to Alice, and then Casey showed up. So it's kind of like, you know, husband, daughter. I knew that Thomas was not dead. First of all, she didn't actually see him die. I was like, well, we didn't see him die, and we just heard the gunshot go off. And so I knew he was not dead. I knew Thomas was not dead. I'm like, how are you not gonna pick Thomas? How are you not gonna pick the the masculine, romantic, dashing rogue who gives you this whole romantic speech? You will have a piece of my heart, or I'll be a part of your heart, or something. And he gave her the coins. Like, how could you not pick Thomas? You would choose Thomas. So I think that Kat will go back to the 1800s to her dashing rogue. But the part of Jacob, oh my gosh. So I was shocked when I watched Jacob pop out of the water, and Jacob came on his own. That surprised me. And Elijah and Susanna and Thomas encouraged him to go back. And I believe he's definitely staying. That whole conversation with him and Kat sounded like he was staying in the present, and Elijah wanted him to come back to his time because Jacob had served his purpose. They stayed there because of Jacob, and so they wanted him to go back to his own time. And so that was, whew, that was so awesome. The part that frustrated me was that we didn't get to see him reunite with Dell. I was like, come on, I want to see them reunite. And so this makes me think that, are they going to tell the town who he is? Like, are they going to lie and claim that he's somebody else? They'll obviously tell Dell, but are they going to lie to the town and claim that he's a different person, that, you know, that he's somebody else? I still believe that Victor has some kind of role to play and knows something about time travel, even if he may not know the whole scope, because there was the whole dialogue where he said to Elliot in the past, he was like, you can't leave this town, it's in your blood, which was like weird dialogue. So I believe that Victor has something to do with the time travel. Like I said in my last video, I think he still has a part to play. I was mad that we didn't see anything behind the wall. If you watched my last video, I said I thought that there was something behind the wall, and there wasn't. Well, at least for now, there wasn't. And I was like, there was supposed to be something behind the wall. Like, you kept talking about this wall, and you didn't show us anything with the wall. But overall, love the episode, especially the ending. Like I said, the ending of Colton was mind blown. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Please like it, and please subscribe. And if you have any theories, please share them in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. You guys have shared some awesome, wild theories of me, and y'all have the best theories and have thought of things and brought up details that I didn't even think of. I talk about pop culture on my channel, so check out my other content if you are into pop culture. I'm an author. I have published 2 books. I have published a children's book, and I have published a book that's meant for older audiences, for older ages and adults. The children's book I have published is called Winston Narwhal and the First Wish. This is it in pocket edition, which I think is great to put in a kid's backpack. And this book is about a magical talking narwhal that helps a little girl with a rare chronic illness find joy and hope again. He brings her to a magical land that's full of winter fairies and winter mermaids. It's a wintry magical land, and talking polar bears. So this is my children's book, and this is Kept by the Wind and Sky. It is an adventure story set in a steampunk-inspired world. I can read the premise really quickly. Catherine Fitzwater has always dreamed of becoming an inventor. Just as she feels like her dreams are coming true, things take an unexpected turn, which leads her to search for her estranged family, a group of pirates and rogues. Join her on a swashbuckling adventure set in a steampunk-inspired world. If you love royals, if you love pirates, if you love adventure, if you love steampunk, I think you're going to enjoy this book. Like The Way Home, this book has swashbuckling, charming rogues. Both of the books are available on my company's website, mclawnpublishing.com. I will have the link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching my video. I can't wait for season 3. We gotta wait till 2025, but I'll see you guys next time. Bye.